question 3 on Schoology. We are going to be doing solving systems of equations by using substitution. Question number 2, you did substitution with something that you had seen before where you just plug in a number. So now we have a system, and it says you will match the system of equations given on the left to the first step used when solving the system by substitution. Choose from the choices below. Those are the directions from Schoology. You're actually not using to the left on this worksheet. The drop-down choices are right below. So what we're going to do is the same thing that we did in the warm-up. When you were told that x equaled 3, whenever you saw the x, you should have gone in and you should have changed that to a 3, and then you would have solved and actually typed in your answer. So what we're going to do is the same thing here. We're going to find one of the equations that starts off either x equals or y equals. And I see it right here on this top line for A. Now, I am not going to finish A for you, but what I am going to do is I'm going to show you B and C, and then you can finish A and D on your own. So pause on A for just a minute and let's go look at B. Do we see that same thing? Do we see an equation that starts off with either x equals or y equals? And if we look, we do see one right here. So I do see that x equals. X equals what? X equals this 3y. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the other equation and we're going to find that x. Now since x is equal to 3y, that means that I can replace that x, just the x, with a 3y. So what that's going to look like, and let me erase that real quick so we can, right in the middle, we're going to copy down the 3. Okay, because the 3 is just out in front. That's the coefficient that stays there. Now, in the place of that x right here, we're going to replace it with what was in that circle. And I'm going to use parentheses, and if you'll notice, those parentheses kind of look like the edge of that circle. So we're going to plug in that 3y. Because x and 3y are equal, I can switch them out. Then I'm going to copy down the rest of the equation. Minus 5y equals 12. So the answer that we're looking for in our drop-down boxes is right here. And let's see. Here it is, the second choice, right here.
Please stop what you're doing and enter attendance for today. Thank you.
And we can eliminate the other ones. You're just going to choose the one that has the 3y in the spot for the x. Moving on to C. Again, we're going to do another example together. So the first thing that we do is we look for one that's already solved to say x equals or y equals. And I see that right here. I see y equals. Y equals all of this. So that means in the other equation, when you see a y, you can replace it with 2x plus 6 because they are equal. They are the same. They are worth the same amount, so you can replace it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this 2x plus 6 right in the spot of that y because it says they are, again, equal. So I'm going to rewrite this other equation down here with that 2x plus 6 plugged in or substituted. So we start off by copying down the exact first steps. We're going to copy down the 2, the x, the minus, and then there's that y. So remember, the y is all of this, and it kind of looks like the edge of the oval is parentheses, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to put that parentheses in there. We're going to put 2x plus 6, and then we're going to finish off copying down the rest of the equation. After that y, we have equals 2. So we have all of these things copied down, and instead of the y, we have what I had in the circle, the 2x plus 6 gets substituted. So now we're going to look at our drop-down menu, and we're going to see if we can find those choices. And what we're looking for is this one down here. And I'm going to look for 2x minus, and there it is on the top. This one is not correct because we're not plugging in for x. And again, this one is not correct because there should just be a 2 at the end. So these are incorrect. So you have two answers. You are going to finish off A by choosing the correct one when you plug in your y into the y spot. And then you are going to do letter D all by yourself. And that is the plug-in step.